Welcome back to my channel, everybody. So we are going to just get right into it. Sales for December, they've just been terrible, guys. Just absolutely terrible. The third week in December, everything just stopped. I think we went probably a full 24 hours without hearing any kind of cha-ching on any kind of anything for our eBay store. It was just completely dead. So this last couple of days has kind of built up a little bit of momentum. So we are just hoping and praying to the Lord that everything go back to normal and that the sales start coming back in. I do wonder though if it has something to do with Christmas, if maybe that's what slowed down some sales. What I do find odd is that even on Christmas Eve and Christmas, we did sell a couple of items. So I know that people are still shopping for things, maybe not stuff for Christmas necessarily, but for maybe themselves. So we're just gonna jump right on into it. I hope that everybody had a very Merry Christmas and be careful and safe with the new year right around the corner. Okay, so let's jump into it. We are gonna cover sales from December 19th through the 29th. So here we have 3 Marvel Comic Titan figurines. We have the Black Widow, Iron Man, and Venom. Picked those up at a yard sale for 25 cents a piece. They sold lotted together for $19.95. Then we have this Lennox 3-piece plates, like platters. Picked those up for $15 a set of 3. They sold for $55. That was an offer that we sent that the buyer accepted. Then we have this Via Mart reindeer plush. Now, when I saw this plush, I was kind of like, I don't know if we should get it. Well, we took a chance, only spent $5 on it. It sold for $59.95. And it was huge. It was 33 by 30. Amazing. Then we have this Lilliput Lane Aline Donna Castle. Picked it up for $5 and it sold for $50. Again, this is an offer that we sent and the buyer accepted. Harley Davidson. Picked up this Harley Davidson shirt. It was neon. Picked it up for $2.69 and it sold for $25.95. Now, Texas Instruments. This is the second Texas Instruments calculator that we have picked up and it sold again within just a few minutes of posting it. It is a TI 84 Plus. Picked it up for $5 and it sold almost immediately for $55.95. That was the full asking price. Then we have this vintage Sankyo. It is a little keychain, very unique, really, really rare because I had never seen one. You would crank it up on the back and it plays music. It was a traveling keychain music box. Very cool. Picked it up for about $1 at an estate sale and it sold for $35. Then we have this professional platinum pan. It was an Elements pan. These pans normally go for $100, $150, sometimes even more. However, this one did have a little bit of damage to the lid and picked it up for $8 and it sold for $59.95. I think it was only listed for a day or two before it sold. Then we have this vintage used calendar. Let me repeat that. A vintage used calendar, meaning that it had writing all over it. It's from 1982. Picked it up for free and it sold for $9.95. I throw in these freebies in there throughout my videos just to make a point that you can never tell what is going to sell because you would think that a used calendar that had markings all over it from people, circling dates and writing, their appointments on it and everything, that nobody would be interested. Wrong. People are interested in that. So if you have old calendars, make sure that you post them. Get them listed. Get them listed on eBay. Make you a little bit of money. All right, so then we have this vintage Cabbage Patch doll that I picked up while I was in Texas. It's 1995. Picked it up for $1 and it sold for $19. That was an offer that we sent. Buyer accepted. Again, when you start getting those offers to send out, send them out. Send them out. Send them out. Send them out. The more you send out, the more you get. So remember that. All right, so then we have this vintage Windbreaker. It was like an Aztec design all over it. Picked it up at a yard sale for $5 and it sold for $35.99. Now, remotes. Remotes seem to do pretty good too. My husband picked up a whole bag of remotes. I think he paid like $1 for the whole bag. So we're 10 cents in on this RCA remote, and it sold for $12.99. Then we have this Norway flag beanie. Super cute beanie. It sold, we picked it up for $2.99. It sold for $30. Again, this is an offer that we sent that the buyer accepted. Now, plushes. What do I always say about plushes? You want to get those plushes. So this is a lot of 5 Sesame Street plushes. Now let me tell you a little story about these plushes. Originally, I had them listed as 4. I had Grover, Elmo, Bert, and Ernie. I stumbled across a Big Bird. Now, instead of putting Big Bird by himself, I lotted him with this lot of 5. They sold for $59.95. They were about this big, so they weren't very big. I'm $10 in. They sold for $59.95. Plushes, 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 plushes. As long as you have somewhere to store them, right? All right, then we have this 1980s Violent Femmes pen. It was a little shirt pen, or like a little jacket pen that they used to have. Everybody wore them in the 80s. Anyway, I picked this one up for about 10 cents, and it sold for $17 and a penny. That is an offer that we sent, and the buyer accepted. Now, Beavis and Butthead. Sometimes you can get lucky and find these at a yard sale or an estate sale. If you see anything Beavis and Butthead, I would suggest that you pick them up. Lots of them are very collectible, especially if you can land some of the bobbleheads. All right, so this was a Doodle Book, picked it up for 50 cents, and it sold for $16. When you're in it for cents and you're making dollars, it's all good. All right, then we have this Pipka Santa Chef. It was still in the box. Picked it up for $5, and it sold for $55. Again, an offer. Then we have this Sketchbook Disney Ornament. It was Mickey and Minnie. Picked it up for $5. It sold for $41. That is, again, an offer that we sent. Buyer accepted. Now, here is one that will just blow your mind. We stumbled across this Milo abstract mid-century bull that was a sculpture that was done from bronze. Okay, it's very heavy. It was only like this big, and it weighed 6.5 pounds. Now, we picked it up at Goodwill for $3, and it sold for $189.95. So sometimes some of those sculptures and things that just have a different look to them than something that maybe looks like it came from the Dollar Tree, if it has a little bit of different look to it, you might want to stop and pick it up, because those are the ones that can make you lots of money. So make sure that you are paying attention, especially when you go to Goodwill. Really look at what's on those shelves. Next, we have this American Girl. It was like a collectible for cards and notes. Picked it up for $2 at a local Goodwill, and it sold for $25. Again, an offer that we sent. The buyer accepted. Last but not least, we have Taylormade head cover. Picked this up at the bins for about 30 cents, and it sold for $18.95. All right, so that's going to be what we sold December 19th through the 29th. I will, of course, upload another video as soon as I can. But I'm really hoping that sales begin to pick up. But, you know, I mean, as for it to be the end of the month and, of course, around Christmas, and we're still kind of just rolling along, not too bad. So we are $77.43 in. This is everything. This is what it cost us to buy and to purchase these items. Then this is what we sold them for, $891.55. Now, remember, whenever you get started doing eBay, there is, of course, what it costs to put them on eBay. The numbers that I'm giving you right now are what they sold for. It does not include shipping, because the buyers always pay shipping. All right, guys, so that's it for me. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you later in the new year. Bye. Make sure that you subscribe.